thing as a self-made millionaire or a billionaire? Well, of course not. But we use that term quite frequently. The reality is, according to, of course, the greats, Think and Grow Rich with Napoleon Hill, he talks about the mastermind group, that you need a mastermind in order to actually gain wealth. Well, let's talk about that for a minute. It's very interesting. It has so much impact in so many important ways. Let me give you a couple of examples. The book Who Not How talks about how you delegate things. Amazing book, super high quality value in that book. The only way you're going to delegate things is to let things go to people who are more talented than you, which automatically means you're not self-made. You're made with group effort. But let's go back to the mastermind. One of the most critical things, if you want to gain and earn sustainable wealth over time, wealth that will be generational wealth for you and your kids, okay, forever, is to build fabulous teams. When you think about it, when you think about the people who are ultra wealthy, they often have amazing teams that they get together. There's a beautiful, beautiful area here in California called Blackhawk. Many, if you're familiar, if you're close, Blackhawk is extraordinary. And I read the founder and the originator, Ken Baring. He passed away a couple of years ago, but I read both of his books. Well, his primary book was The Road to Purpose, which was really, really great. And it really got you involved with what a real entrepreneur. Some people are born natural entrepreneurs, and he was one of them. But he also had a fabulous team. When you get a fabulous team, you hang on to that team, because this team brought him from Florida, where they were developing retirement communities, to this stunningly beautiful place outside San Francisco, which was vacant land at the time, and they created some extraordinarily beautiful homes. It's still considered just top notch. Although the homes are currently getting a bit dated, they're still considered premier, and the name Blackhawk around here in Danville means something exquisite. But the coolest thing about his story, and he has a great story about how he started the Wheelchair Foundation, and I went on several trips with my Rotary Club around the world giving away wheelchairs and working closely with him and his team. But the cool thing was, he talked about his team. He knew nothing about Danville. He knew nothing about California. He came from the Midwest, and then he was a car salesman. And then he went over to Florida. He built his house. He didn't know how to build a house. He built his house, and then someone said, "Hey, I'd like to buy that from you." And of course, being the salesman that he was, he said, "How much?" And then that started retirement communities, and then he became fabulously wealthy and successful with retirement communities back in the 70s, if you know anything about the history of Florida property. So when one of his team members came to him and said, "Hey, there's this property, it's acres and acres of pristine land in this beautiful area right outside San Francisco, I think we should go out there and try to develop it." At the time, California was very anti-growth, and they fought tooth and nail, of course. One of the other principles of Think and Grow Rich is it's going to be hard sometimes, and sometimes it's going to seem like things are against you when you're trying to push to the max, trying to grow. But they fought through it, and eventually everybody was blessed by this amazing Blackhawk area. And of course, he is now, he passed, and now he's selling for $24 million his estate, which I've been to once at a wheelchair party, a charity event, and he's selling that. And it's absolutely just breathtakingly beautiful. But the power of team, the power of people that you trust. Now, how can you attract people that you trust? Only by being trustworthy. And so I'm going to do a little mini series on character, on building your character. It's not the people who are, lazy, they don't call you back, they don't keep their word. Those aren't the people that you're going to trust with excellent deals and excellent opportunities. These are the people that you're just going to discard. But the in so many different ways. They have emotional control. They have honesty, integrity, great ideas, a positive attitude. One of those attitudes, in order to gain true wealth and get a good team, you need to be a great team player. Maybe you know this already, and that's great. I hope you do. But I'm saying it anyway because some people think that they can just be successful and be self-made, and they don't understand the power of team, and that they don't have to be doing everything themselves. So there's your little tip for today. Think about Ken Behring. Look up Blackhawk if you want to online, and you'll see the exquisite homes that are even for sale now. But what always impressed me, not only that he gave away 1 million wheelchairs plus before he passed, which was his major goal, but he left an amazing legacy of beauty and elegance for many, many people. And he did that by the power of team. And the only way you're going to do that is having teams that you trust and being a person that is trustworthy as well. So, Ginger Faith, Women's Wealth Network, and Golden Canyon Properties here in this very sunny